What is
people?
going on, everybody? What's going on, Kai?
I'm good, Marshal. You, man?
I'm good. I just started it off because I wasn't sure how we're gonna do
Yeah,
this
it's alright,
because
it's
you're
alright.
having technical difficulties, bro.
Yeah, no worries. So, people, yeah, I am stuck in Israel. I'm stuck in quarantine, and I don't have my microphone or my camera with me. So, you guys have to bear with me for this one episode until we get that solved. How you doing, Marshall? You watched the game today?
Unfortunately, yeah, I did. Frustrated is a good
Yeah,
word for this game.
yeah,
Before this game, I was really excited for it, because
yeah.
how we played against Juve. But we'll talk about all these things in a few. How are you doing over in Israel? You haven't
Hey,
really gotten
man.
to enjoy it too much because you're in quarantine, right?
Yeah, I'm in quarantine, but I'm eating. I'm eating quite a lot. I'm enjoying food. I'm eating a lot of food. I'm barely training, man. Every
There
day
you
is a
go.
new cake. I'm gonna walk out of here, man. 300
Yeah, you gotta.
pounds heavier.
My 300-pound life. There you go. New soap opera reality series in Czech Republic. It's gonna be Kai as the main star
So,
coming
yeah,
back from Israel, man.
the biggest
But
loser, bro, with 17 chins, man.
Jesus Christ, just when we thought Chelsea was the biggest loser. Jesus,
Yeah, man,
it
but
feels like a loss, though, right?
it does. It does. I was watching with my brother and my dad, and we were in complete control of the whole game, and they were just counterattacking us. Jorginho for that mistake, man. Unforgivable, man. Unfucking forgivable.
It's before we go on, I just want to say real quick, guys, everyone who's watching right now, make sure you smash the like button. Subscribe if you're brand new to the channel. We're always doing a stream once a week, just talking about recapping all the games and all the things that have happened
The
in the
shelter
week.
games.
Make sure you check out the links in the description. Check out the Discord. We were there.
Yeah,
Not all of us. Kai wasn't there, but I was there watching the game with a few other people that follow the channel. And yeah, leave a comment if you're watching this in the future. Check out our Twitter. Check out our links, my channel, all that stuff in the
yeah,
description. And also super chat if you would like to get your opinion on here and us to read it and talk about it.
yeah.
But you know what it is, Kai? I don't know what it is about Jorginho and the color red. Every
Yeah.
time there's a red kit involved, there's a mistake. He did it against
Yeah.
Arsenal last season, and now here we are again with fucking Man United. It's
You know
like,
what? I'm
yeah.
annoyed because he could have just easily kicked it out. Instead, he just turned out to be a fucking smartass, man. And it cost us again.
He should have been heading it. Like, in my honest opinion, he should have been heading that ball. And it's
Yeah,
just that it makes me so mad because I remember a while ago we were talking about Man United's style of football when they play against Chelsea.
yeah.
And I was talking to Rachel about it. And Rachel was telling me, oh, we don't really do counterattacking. And here I am again.
That's the
Fucking
whole way.
counter-attack football. Like 10 at the
Bro,
back. It just
didn't they have like two corners the whole game and we had like 23?
two
That just
two
shows you.
quarters and they came out the last 5 minutes.
Yeah. No, you know what?
Ridiculous.
That start in 11 was a mistake, man. For me, Ruben, I was happy how he came back, but today his passing was sloppy. It was too slow. Then we have
I
Cho,
didn't
he
like
couldn't
it.
finish, and Ziyech was there. It wasn't really my thing. And he put Lukaku on too late. And for me, we
This
kind
game
of,
was a mess.
yeah, we weren't really, we kind of were happy with the 1-1. I felt like he should have changed like way earlier, which he didn't, which ended up costing us a 3 point. But at the end of the day, man, what can you do? What
Oh,
can you
and
do?
Thiago Silva saving us again, bro. Like, I
Yeah.
think 3 games in a row, Thiago Silva's had a man of the match performance.
Did you
This
see
is
the tackle
ridiculous.
against Ronaldo in the last minute?
Yeah, the last minute to shut them the fuck up because he was bitching. They were fucking bickering at each other. And
Yeah.
Thiago Silva's like, I show it on the pitch. I show it on the pitch. That's my Thiago
Oh
Silva
my
impression.
god,
I
man.
show it on the pitch. And then he
I don't know why
fucking.
Thiago Silva sound like an Eastern European dude. But,
But regardless, like,
yeah,
I guess let's just break it down. Like, first things first, we got to talk about that Callum miss. If Callum scores that goal, which he should have scored,
yeah.
and give credit to De Gea. It was a good save, but
It was a
you
very
should be
good
putting
save.
away those chances.
Not only, you know what? He didn't finish that finish that Sancho finished. He should have been finishing it. That's what I said on
Yeah,
Twitter as well. Like Sancho succeeded with what Cho failed. He was one on
in
one.
that
He couldn't even
aspect,
finish it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the thing is too, like, Cho didn't necessarily have a bad game,
yeah,
and we know Cho isn't the best finisher, but that opportunity, bro, like that is as clear. That was the clearest opportunity of the game, in my opinion. You should be putting that away. You should
yeah.
be putting that away. You're not Obama Yang, bro. You're not Obama Yang. You're not doing what Obama Yang did 2 days on Saturday. fucking missing it at point blank. You get it on target, like I don't know. Part of me is also like De Gea also did have a good save, like it was
Bro,
like a nice save from De
he made
Gea,
it.
but
No,
still,
but he made it too. He made it too wide, man. He aimed it too wide.
I think it was too obvious of
Yeah,
Callum.
he should have went like like underneath him, like not meg him.
Yeah, something, yeah. But
For me, if Reese was
that
one
was
of the
annoying.
keeper, Reese would have buried it.
Yeah,
James
Reese would have
buried it.
buried it. Ziyech would have buried it. I feel like most of the team would have buried it. It's just it takes away from his game because towards like the 70th, 80th minute, I was thinking like, bro, now I'm getting mad because if Adoy would have scored that goal, we would have been
Yeah.
fine.
Yep.
Would have been a totally different game, And
Yep.
like we had Kazi come in the Discord to talk about the game, and he was, doing the typical Werner agenda, right?
Yeah,
as
that
we
team was
know,
amazing.
as we know, Kazi does, and we love him for whatever. But I couldn't even focus on. I wasn't even getting mad at Werner because I was getting mad at Callum for missing that opportunity to begin with,
Bro,
and we
you know
wouldn't even
what
been in that
pisses me
place.
off? That's the perfect game for Lukaku and a Havertz thing, man. They have so much space in between them. And instead, I don't mind Ziyech, but I just felt like today his pace and power was kind of like
Yeah,
hindering him.
I felt that Ziyech today
The
was
second half, maybe he
probably
improved.
the
Kind
second
of.
half. He was the better of the attacking three. The first half, I'll give I'll drop you the Discord link in a second. MG281, 2801. Wow. But I felt like that first half was Callum. It was kind of Callum and Ziyech. Ziyech overall, I think had a decent game. He wasn't as good as he was in the Juve, but I can't complain about Ziyech in this
Yo,
game. Like there's bigger problems in Ziyech in this game. Jorginho, for one, making that mistake, and you mentioned it. For me, I'm not the biggest fan of the double pivot of Jorginho and Ruben. I
and
just think
Ruben,
it didn't work. Like
yeah.
up until
He's-
that error, I thought Jorginho was man of the match, but
yeah,
Ruben was like gone. He was not in the game at all.
yeah. We're missing Kovacic,
I
man.
don't.
I know it's people think
Yeah,
it's an agenda,
we
but
definitely
we
miss
are missing
Kovacic.
Kovacic,
Yeah,
man. Like the way he controls the midfield, we're missing him, man. What does he call
yeah,
his
for
marshmallows,
sure.
bro?
I don't know.
Marshmallows and Kaya. Oh, man.
But like,
Yeah.
it's true though. It's true. Like today, I do love Ruben, and I thought he would have been better
I know
today,
you love
but
him.
I was disappointed. I was disappointed with the performance. I don't think it works with Jorginho. And honestly, like I think with Ruben, it's got to be Kante, it's got to be Kova and Ruben. Like you got to have like I know the more direct
Clean
double
after,
pivots, I guess.
yeah.
But for me, like the second half, he was a little better, but that first half, like he wasn't doing anything really, and the physicality wasn't there for him today. He was getting bullied a little bit too on the ball. It was a little
Yep.
disappointing, and you could tell that our midfield was struggling today with him in it. And I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve to start anymore. I don't think with Jorginho. I just don't think with Jorginho is going to work.
Yeah, but like if you look at the injuries we have in midfield, we have Kante's out, Kova's out, so we do have to use Ruben and Jorginho because we don't have any other options. You know what I mean?
What are you going
But
to do,
we're very
Barkley?
unfortunate as
Like
well. Our attackers, they're just coming back out of injury. I felt like he should have put in Lukaku and Havertz a bit earlier instead of like the Mount
Mhm.
substitute and the way
Yeah.
he takes it too he did it too late and then again like with the I know people are gonna say it's an agenda, but even when Mount came on, he lost the ball quite a lot, and they're just like what Tuchel is trying to do right now with Mount is just play him out of form, and he's been costing us a lot of like the whenever we're in
Well,
position, he keeps losing the ball. I just felt like
I
Havertz
don't.
would have been a bit a better choice in this game,
Okay. So I can't
especially because of the
complain.
headers, because we had a lot of headers into the box
I
after that.
I can't complain about the subs themselves, but what I what I did hate about this game is how long it took Tuchel to make those subs. At
Yeah.
60 minutes, dude. At when Jorginho made that mistake, I was already wanting the sub. I already wanted the sub because, in my opinion, and I get why Tuchel did it. In my opinion, Werner was not working. Werner was not working. That first half, Werner was doing barely anything. And
Yeah.
I get why he put Werner in. Like I understand that he wanted this fluidity in the front three that we had for the last two games to keep going. I get it. And with Lukaku, sometimes he becomes too much of the focus and we kind of like bottleneck in a sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but why are we making him the focus though? Like even like we're playing
I don't
Lukaku
know.
wrong. Even Conte said we were playing him like a target man. We shouldn't.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's kind of like the thing that Ronaldo has on Portugal, where like when he's in the team, or like when you have Messi in the team, you just want to give him the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the same thing with Lukaku. With Lukaku's in the team, you just want to give Lukaku the ball instead of
That's a
trying
good
to
point, though.
do what Callum does, where it's like if Alonso finished the game defensively and with attacks keeps break. Wait, what?
Like he was
What was he
basically
saying?
keep breaking down the attacks, and he was defending like really badly as well.
Alonso wasn't terrible in the
Yeah,
defense. Like,
but Marshall, look at every counter attack. Like what we had with when we had Shoal is we have the ability to just like counter attack
yeah,
really fast.
the pace
And
wasn't
now
there.
it's just like
Yeah,
he slows everything. His passing is,
yeah,
and in the first
the
half,
pace
the
wasn't.
second half he kind of improved. The first half he was like sloppy with his passing, man.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, overall, Alonso had an okay game. I wasn't. I'm not gonna say that like he was terrible. He definitely didn't cost us the game. You can't say that. Like he's just like you guys are
He's
saying in the
slow,
chat.
bro.
He
Like,
is too slow. It's
yeah,
true.
the
It's
way
true. He's
we
really
play
slow.
football, we don't need a slow player.
He's
Man.
really slow. I think it doesn't help Callum either. When you have someone that's really slow and you try to do the 1-2 and the Man United defender beats him in pace. Like it was rough, but
But to
it
be
was good
fair,
to see. Yeah, yeah.
go ahead, finish your point.
No, I was gonna say like it was good to see that like Rudiger was putting Sancho on a spliff. Like he was outpacing
Yeah.
Sancho, and he took care of Sancho in a sense. So we
Nah,
didn't have to worry
I
about
don't.
Alonso too much with him.
I don't think our defense was the issue today. I just think our attack is just like that combination. Just we never tried it
Yeah,
before. Now we tried it the first time, and it's just
yeah.
I don't get why you keep rotating, man. It's like the Juventus game was a long time ago. Why do we have to kind of like play a whole new attack that doesn't work out? For me, Pulisic should have started today because
Yeah.
based on the two games he played, he's been really good for us. And when he came on, he's the most dangerous one. And
Well,
Lukaku should
the
have came
thing
on
is,
a lot,
where are
lot
you gonna
earlier.
put Pulisic though if he starts?
Instead of what's his name? Instead of Ziyech.
Ziyech played a really amazing game in
Yeah, but
Juve.
he was slow towards the end of the game, man. That's the issue. That's what my issue with him.
Towards the end of the Juve game or this
Yeah,
game?
this game.
Well, this game is hindsight's 2020. How are you supposed to know he's going to be slow by the second half?
Yeah,
He was
but
he was doing okay. He
I
was
don't know.
the thing that impressed me about Ziyech today was that he was like Mason Mount today. He was just fucking running at everyone, pressing like crazy, and I was like, I don't fucking see Ziyech do this enough. Like
Yep.
usually Ziyech does do that a little bit, but today was like an extra amount. Like he was chasing every ball. He was like a fucking he was like a dog chasing the ball. You know what I mean? He was just
Yeah.
going for it. He was going for it. Fucking
Yeah.
but like if you started Pulisic, you would have had to put him maybe in the false nine, or maybe put Ziyech in the false nine. And we saw how that worked out with you, and it wasn't too great, So it's kind of hard because you can't. Callum has been so good recently, you can't really drop him. You have no really real good reason to drop him. Like he's been
No,
creating chances.
yeah,
He's been
I have
doing
no issue
well.
with him. Even though I would insist that today wasn't really his best game as far as finishing
No, it
composure.
wasn't his best
Yeah,
game. Yeah, for sure.
but I just don't like the combo of him and Ziyech and Werner. Just Werner and
I
Adoy
like.
for me.
I
They're
really
too
like the combo
pacey.
of him and
Yeah,
Ziyech. I just think Werner today was not the guy. I think I understand. Again, I understand why Tuchel did it. I feel that in recent performances, Havertz really hasn't solidified his place in that lineup. And, Werner came off the bench and scored against Juve of all teams. So maybe there was something there, to get Werner going. But we saw today, like, Werner was kind of disappeared in that first half. He wasn't there. And in the second half, he had some chances, but they weren't like as clear cut as like,
yeah,
Alonso had a clear cut chance. He could have, I don't know why he didn't. Alonso, bro. Alonso's a volley merchant. He gets the ball, and I expect him to kick that. You know what I mean? He didn't even he was like, oh, Bissaka's going to get it. And he didn't do anything with it.
bro.
So
Speaking
that
of
was
volley,
frustrating.
did you see that volley in the end of the game from fucking Rudiger, man? All he had to do, he had so much space around him, man. All he had to do is
Yeah.
control the ball and then shoot. And he decided to do a fucking Simba, man, and just show how
Simba.
could have won the fucking game, bro. You could have won that game.
Dude.
But that's
And
that's
Rudiger wanted a
one of
goal
my
today. He hit the post.
That's one of my biggest issue with Rudiger. He's very rash in everything that he does. The guy doesn't take a
Yeah.
moment to think, man. He needs to breathe, man. He needs to meditate,
Yeah.
He needs to
You
meditate,
just start
bro. He
seeing
needs to-
him floating in the middle of the pitch, bro. He's just
man. He
home.
needs to- No, but
Dude,
really,
he
man,
had
like, he
No,
had
it's true,
such
it's
an
true.
easy chance to score. All he had to do is like control the ball and then shoot. Instead,
Yeah, he had
decided to
time
volley
and
oh man.
Yeah, I mean, he had time. We all thought that was the moment. Like
That
we
guy's
were
gone.
watching it on the Discord, and I was like, dude, this is it, this is it, you know. And it was. We thought it was going to happen, but unfortunately, it didn't. And God damn it, man! The thing that makes me so mad is that we, for some reason, it's this fucking bloody team. We just can't beat them for some reason. What is it about Manchester United? We just can't fucking get a win. Like we've drawn them the last 3 times. I'm pretty sure, right? Last three
I think
times that we've played them, it's
we're
been a draw. I
overthinking, man. I think we're overthinking a lot.
think we respect them too much. But they're not the same United that they were with Ferguson, man. You're just too much respect on United. Like it was so fucking frustrating, and they were there to be had. Like they didn't even have Maguire on the team. You got to fucking play Bailly because Maguire had the suspension, and fucking Ronaldo didn't even start, bro. What the fuck is going on Manchester United when your best player is not starting? Like what are they doing? Carrick, Fletcher, they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Today was the opportunity to actually fucking. We should have beaten them 4-0, 4-0, 5-0. That goal should not have happened. And I can't believe Jorginho again. And this is the part that sucks too, Kai, is the agendas. You already know the agendas are going to come out. People already on Twitter making fun of Jorginho, saying, "Oh, this guy's going to win the Ballon d'Or and shit." Like, fuck, man. It was frustrating. But to me, I agree with you. I guess it was a failed experiment with Werner. I think we knew Werner wasn't working well into the second half as well. At 60 minutes, because of the amount of crosses we had. I don't know how many crosses we had. If you guys want to pull that up for me in chat, how many corners we had today?
I think it was like 23 something or 23. I have it actually with me.
When you have that many corners and you know United's playing defensively, 60 minutes, Werner's not the guy to head the ball. You bring in a Lukaku to do that, and like I don't know. I think part of this loss was too.
Those are the stats. Look, we had 66% possession. They had 34.
Okay.
We had 24 total shots on total shots. They had 3. We had 6 on target. They had 2. We had 15 corners and they had 2. Man, that is insane, man. We still draw that game. Should have won.
I know. It's absolutely ridiculous. And when you have that many corners, when you have that much possession, when you have the ball in there for so long, and Timo's not working, I just, and no disrespect to Timo. Like I think Timo, did what he could, but I just don't think as a striker he's the guy. I just don't think he works as a striker.
I think in the Premier League he's better as like a second striker. I still think
like
him and
Lukaku position
we'll be very dangerous together. But oh man, Lukaku should have played earlier, man.
Yeah, I think he should have came on. I understand why he didn't start him, but I think Lukaku should have came on at 60 minutes.
Bro, 60 minutes. You see him and Pulisic look so deadly together. Like whenever Pulisic was there, he was crossing, it was amazing. Kai, please ask Marshall this question. What's Werner good at as a footballer? Why don't you ask him, bro? He can read. I have to read it, man.
Not running football. As a footballer, not running football. Wait, what does he mean by not running football? Well, whatever. Look, my thing is with Werner is when he's not playing as a striker, when he's playing as a like, let's say he was playing in the position that Callum was playing today with Lukaku, dude, he gets into dangerous areas. Like he gets in behind the defenders. Like there were times today where I was actually kind of frustrated with Callum because Timo was making like proper runs and no one was finding him. And I think Timo was getting frustrated. This was mostly in the first half where Timo was making some good runs and no one was finding Timo, which is annoying because the thing that Timo does best is he gets in dangerous areas. Today, no one was putting him in those dangerous areas. When you have Lukaku in the team, Lukaku sits there in those pockets of space and pushes off defenders and stuff, and then he allows Timo to get into dangerous areas because Lukaku pulls defenders, Timo pulls defenders. Timo is good for this team. Unfortunately, today it was not the game for Timo. Or at least we didn't have the team for Timo. I don't know why Tuchel thought it was a good idea to put him as a striker. Again, we've seen Timo as a striker. It's not effective. I would have rather, hindsight 2020, I would have rather have kept Havertz in there because we had something going with Havertz, even though Havertz wasn't scoring. I know Lukaku, you can't just put him in after injury for a long time, expect him to just go. But man, even trying Lukaku to begin with would have been something worth, doing. I personally would have preferred to have not had Lukaku there because we saw how fluid we were playing without Lukaku, and you don't want to disrupt that. But again, I think Tuchel got it wrong at 60 minutes, not putting in Lukaku, especially when we had so many opportunities. And Pulisic, you were mentioning Pulisic, and I wanted to go on about that. Pulisic and Ziyech, Pulisic and James, like Pulisic is doing well. He was getting himself in dangerous areas. He was creating, even with Mount. Like, I know you thought Mount had a bad game. Personally, I thought Mount was okay. I didn't think he was terrible. I don't think he's as bad as he's usually been. With Mount, what's been frustrating with me with Mount is that final passes are terrible. Shots at target are terrible. But he didn't really do much of that. But he was, he was okay. He wasn't getting dispossessed every time. He wasn't frustrating today. But Pulisic is an argument for starting now, or coming into the game sooner. I don't know where though. I guess Ziyech could get dropped after today's game. I don't know. Whenever we cross the ball, why don't we have players in the box? Fuck, dude, I don't know. Because I think it's tough though, Kai, because you saw how effective our wingbacks have been. And I do want to talk about this because I do want to segue into the
one half of them
game.
One half of them are gone. That's why I feel like when our 11 is completely fit, I don't think anybody in the league can touch us. But when we have in our midfield, we have, I do truly believe that Kante and Kovacic is our best midfield. We've seen it whenever we started the season. And then we have Lukaku's injured. We have Havertz who's injured or coming back from injury. Then we have Chilwell who's injured. So we do have a lot of excuses. But I just feel like with the resources that we had today, we could have won the game if we picked a better team or a team that is more mobile, or if we did a substitute, earlier. Because if we played Lukaku a little bit maybe in the 50th or the 60th minute, for me we could have won that game. Because as soon as him and Pulisic came on, United were really struggling. They were really struggling to win that game. And I just for me, I just wish Tuchel was more kind of proactive in this game rather than reactive.
Yeah. But I think the moment that changed the game was when Mount and Pulisic came on. I think that the pace started. I think United was gassed. They were gassed, and they couldn't keep up with the pit. You know how Mount is. Mount just always running all the time. Pulisic has pace on him. It was just they were just too tired to keep up with him. And then Lukaku was the cherry on top, but he just couldn't get an opportunity to score. And I think what I was trying to get at with the Chilwell situation, which if you don't know already, Chilwell has an ACL injury. We don't know how long he's going to be out for. They're saying
6 weeks.
They're saying he might be back by next year, which he's going to miss all December, which is going to be crazy because that's going to be a hectic month.
First, they were saying that he's going to miss the rest of the season, so I don't mind him missing a month because we don't really have that many difficult games after United. So for me, it's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. And Alonso, here's the thing. It depends on what Alonso we get. If we get the Alonso at the beginning of the season that was almost undroppable, I'm okay with it. I know Alonso can perform. But I know that towards the end of Alonso's playtime this season, he was starting to drop some okay performances. He was dropping in performance, and then Chilwell took over. But what I wanted to ask you, Kai, is about the left wing back position, which, by the way, I didn't realize that do you think we're in a crisis right now? Are you worried about left wing back if Chilwell doesn't come back this season? If this ACL is worse than it is?
Yeah, we're bare bone. And even when we play Adoy there, I just don't think Adoy is really a wing back, man. He doesn't go into spaces, into pocket of space, and the way that Chilwell does. He's not really doesn't have that experience of being a wing back. I think we used him as a kind of a patch, a band-aid. But it just when you see how an actual natural wing back or left back in Chilwell plays there, you can see. So for me, if we can sign somebody for 20 or 30 million,
January,
I don't see a space where Alonso is a wing back in modern football, man. He's just too fucking slow, man. It's too slow, man.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. He is a wing back, but
Especially on
he's
the
too
counter attack.
slow.
If you watch our counter attack when you have Chilwell, how deadly we are on the counter attack.
Yeah, that's
A
the
lot of
thing too.
space.
Like what I was getting at was that his question, Kaleko's question here was about the crosses. Is that I think when you have Chilwell there, there's so much more. We saw against the Juve game how important those wingbacks are in this formation. How they get into the dangerous areas, they get the proper crosses in, they create the opportunities. When you don't have Chilwell there, it's like it's a hindrance. It's a hindrance. You can tell that we were attacking a lot on the left side during the first half of this game, and although it didn't look terrible, it wasn't the level that Chilwell brings you in this game as a left wing back. Alonso, I don't even know if Alonso maybe got 2 crosses in, but in the second half, everything was coming in from Reese's side up until the point where he got swapped over to the left wing back. And even when he got swapped over to left wing back, he was more productive than Alonso was. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't want to panic because I didn't realize until Chilwell got injured how much lack of depth we have in the wing back position. Because if Reese gets injured at right wing back, we have Aspie. And we've seen that Callum can he can perform
Marshall,
on that position. What?
did you see what Tuchel said about like the Jorginho thing mistake? That's what he said. I'm gonna quote, yeah. So people, I'm quoting. It's not what I'm saying. Jorginho was disturbed by the lights above him when trying to control the ball. He could not see the ball in the end.
He touched it though.
Just
He
couldn't
touched the
control it.
ball. Oh my God, Tuchel, come on, man. I think Tuchel had a bit of a howler today. I really think.
He did.
I was Conte even on the bench or was he like hurt?
I think he was hurt. I didn't see him on the bench.
Okay, because the thing is with Conte, I know we took him out. Early during the Juve game, just a precautionary thing. But I thought he was training. But I don't know, man. Tuchel's been chilling with Ty. I don't know about you, Kai, but up until that era, I think Jorginho was putting on a man-of-match performance. He was turning the midfield. He was controlling the midfield, and then that error happened, and fucking.
Yeah, and then he taking that penalty, which was a penalty. I don't know what United fans are fucking bitching.
Yeah, what do you
It
think
was a
about
clear
that penalty?
That was a clear penalty. He hit him on the fucking heel. He's trying to take him down.
Yeah, I've seen penalties given for a lot less.
Yeah.
So, and I was nervous, man, because at that point he had Jorginho made that error. He's thinking about that. So like maybe it gets to his head and
thinking about Italy, man.
He's thinking about Italy. He's thinking about the mistake in Italy too. So I'm glad he scored it. The thing is though, with this game, even though we were down 1-0, I still had a hunch in me that we would come back. And we could have. We had the opportunity to do it. We just couldn't put it away, man. It was so disappointing. I think for the next game against Watford, we have to get Lukaku back in the lineup. I think for sure Lukaku has to come back into the lineup. And I don't want to say this to sound harsh because I don't think Ziyech necessarily was terrible to drop him, but I do want to see Christian Pulisic in this lineup somehow, and I do want to see how he fares with Lukaku. I'm thinking maybe Callum Hudson-Odoi on the right, even though it's not his preferred position, and keep Ziyech on the left because Pulisic on the left because I know Callum. I know we both know Pulisic can't play on the right. For some reason, he's just not good on the right side. So I think for the Watford game that's coming up on Wednesday or Tuesday, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe we got to try it out.
Wednesday.
Try it out. Do we know how long Kova's out for? Because we need Kova back too.
I don't know. Every time he says like we'll know soon, but I don't know. That's kind of a weird for a hamstring as well because he's been like way over a month.
Yeah, he's been out for a while, and I think we need him back too, because we were talking last stream about who we think is going to stay in the team and what we're going to do for the midfield, but I'm starting to side with you, Kai, and I'm starting to think Conte. I think this summer, I don't
I think
think
there's too
Conte's
many
going to
injuries,
finish
man.
his career with Chelsea. I just don't think so.
I mean, there was never a chance he's gonna finish. He's probably gonna go to some like the French team that kind of brought him up or whatever. Well,
Yeah. Look, I'm not ready to jump the gun on Ziyech because I see people saying, get rid of the summer Ziyech, but
yeah. No, I,
I'm not I want to
I'm
wait.
tired
I
of
want to see what
this football
happens.
club. This football club is they have agendas. They wait for Werner to fail and they just
Yeah.
and Ziyech to fail and they just dash them. But as soon as Cho has a fucking shit game or make a mistake, nobody talks about it. It's just I'm just tired of Chelsea fans to be honest, man. That's why I don't argue with them back and forth about players, man, because they
I
just
think
have
you
their
just need
own.
to I just think you need to turn off the Twitter, man. That Twitter can be
Man, I'm
crazy.
actually like while I'm here with my parents, I'm not even looking. I'm barely looking at Twitter.
Yeah, good, good. The thing is too, like I don't get too upset with Twitter. See, I don't get too upset about Mount. I don't get too upset about Ziyech, or I don't get too upset about Cho or any of the fans because I'm not on Twitter. So I have to
Yeah.
deal with the fucking dead opinions of people on Twitter.
Hey,
Fucking
you know what, Marshall? You know
people.
what? I think I
Yeah.
know why Rudiger missed, man, because he knows what Astrid posted.
What did she? I don't know what she posted,
I'll
bro.
tell you. I'll show you later, bro. Show you later,
All
man.
right, all
That's
right.
why he was kind of
Off
nervous
fair, off
about
fair.
putting on a show.
But yeah, no, the chat's got it right. Like sometimes the fan base can be exhausting, man. But let's not focus too much on the fucking fan base and all that shit because I wanna talk about that Juve game. That just when I thought the Leicester game was our best performance, I think that Juve game was hands down the best
Yeah,
performance we've had this season so far.
yeah.
And I don't know. What do you think about it first, Kai? Because I haven't
You
heard from
know,
you about it.
I was super happy about it. Like we played so well. The way we played was nice. Like defensively, we're solid. Midfield, we're good. I was kind of like what kind of brought it down for me. Like the happiness, like post game was the Joel injury. Because then I was like,
Yeah.
oh shit, Alonso's coming in. Alonso's coming in. Like that's all I
Alonso
was
didn't
thinking
even
about the
come
whole
in.
game. That's the
Alonso
whole
didn't even
reason I
come
was
in, bro.
thinking it, man. It's just like, okay, next game Alonso's gonna start. It's kind of, but going back to the event, they deserve it, man. Like after the shit that Allegri was talking about Chelsea, he made that comment without due respect to the champions. Like I didn't feel like at risk of any of the matches. And in my head, like after that game, I was like, "What about now, motherfucker? Do you fear us now, man? 4-0, man. We treated them like they were Norwich, man.
Yo, honestly, yeah, we did, and we could have scored more, man. We were creating
Yeah,
opportunities left, right, and center. We were
yeah,
putting that team on a spliff, and it was nice. First of all, I want to say this. We were talking last stream again. If you guys were there last stream, kudos to you guys. Um, we were saying how I'm not ready to give up on Ziyech in January and get rid of him. If he goes, that's fine. Whatever. We're not going to be upset about it. But we wanted to be fair and give him until the end of the season. That Juve game is a prime example of why we can't pull the trigger on players so quick on their second season.
yeah.
He played
Uh,
the best he's played all season in that
yeah,
second half. He was phenomenal.
yeah.
And Pulisic, even more credit to Ziyech. Pulisic should have gotten 2 goals because of Ziyech, not just the one. He missed that. The one ball he just curled it over to Pulisic, and Pulisic goes wide. If he doesn't go wide, Ziyech gets 2 assists on the night. And he played fantastic. And Pulisic too, again, played really good that game. Scored his goal. Could have had a second
Yeah.
one.
I think when fit, Pulisic is our best winger, man. I just don't think anybody at Chelsea has that amount of talent, dribbling ability, finishing ability. The guy with his cross, he's very good, but the issue with him, man, he's made out of fucking, I don't know what, man, soggy biscuits, man. I don't know what else.
Fucking breadsticks, bro.
Yeah, man, he's just
Made out of
so easy
pretzels.
to break, man. That's my biggest issue with him, man. If he can stay fit in the whole season, we'll be dangerous, man. But I don't know. Chelsea, it's typical Chelsea game. We play
Let me
good,
ask you some.
but
Well, let me ask you about Pulisic though.
yeah,
Like, all right, when we were talking about the team as a whole last week before this Juve game,
yeah,
did you think that maybe in January if Pulisic didn't improve, if Pulisic wasn't in the form he's in right now? Do you think maybe in January he would have, let's get him out. Let's get like someone else from another team like a Chiesa or something. Because to me, if you had asked me who I think is most likely to go in January, I was thinking it was going to be either Ziyech or Pulisic. It was between both of those because
there is
Pulisic,
no way. I think Pulisic is too much of a big name at Chelsea, marketing wise, to let him go in January because of the price. Because he cost us like 63 million or something. Well, Ziyech was basically on 25 to 30 million. So
it was cheap. Yeah. I could see Chelsea trying to, knowing Marina, trying to save face and all that stuff with Pulisic. But the thing is though, like if Pulisic gets hurt again this season, like I don't even know if I want to, entertain the idea that he's going to work out at Chelsea. I really hope.
I don't,
because he was out.
Individual players, man. If he doesn't work well, then bye bye. That's it. It's not that deep,
Yeah, exactly. That's the way I see it too. Look, I hope, and I'm praying, man, that he was out for a while. In that time that he was out, I'm hoping that he just improved on his injury stuff. I hope he improved on staying fit and not being injured. But yeah, that Juve game was fantastic. Who else was Reece. We got to talk about Reece James, man.
Yeah, Reece James.
We have to talk about Reece James.
Man, you know what I said? I always said he's the best youngster we have as far as talent, man. Even today, when the rest of the team was crap, he was still really, really good. Like, he was dangerous. There's a moment where he lost the ball, he just won it back a second later.
Yeah.
He's so good, like, in his finishing. For me, he's by far our best youngster, I think when people say Mount, I think it's a joke to compare to Reece.
Kai, you don't think he's our best player this season so far?
I do. I think he's have been, like, for me, it's him. And then it's what's his name? For me, it's him, Kovacic, and arguably Thiago Silva. You can argue about these two.
Thiago Silva, you give him another year, bro?
Yeah, I love Thiago Silva, man. I don't see a reason to not give him another year. I think
Dude,
we have a
the
good
goal
defense.
line clearance he had, the goal line clearance during that Juve game. Who does that? Virgil van Dijk isn't doing that, bro. He ain't doing that.
Virgil van Dijk, his legs are gone, man. He lost his ECL. Now he's just gonna be able to hop around.
I think next season Virgil van Dijk is gonna be world class again. But right now he's recovering. He's recovering, and we understand, because we had Rudiger had the same kind of injury, and it took him a little bit to get to the level he's at right now. I'm not gonna say Callum and Ruben, but they've had some shitty injuries and it took them a while to get to the level they're at right now. But Thiago Silva that game. Fucking A.
Yeah, Thiago's something else, man. For me, but I still think Chelsea needs that clinical attacking player, man.
Yeah, we'll see what happens in January. I don't know, man. I don't know why is everyone asking? I thought I answered this question already. Why is everyone asking about Timo? Like, first of all, why are we? I need to understand, why are we putting this Man United game on Timo? Like,
because Shaw is a youth player, Mount has a toothache. It's a lot of bullshit. This man's fine, man, to hide.
You know what? Hold on, just for the sake. I also overall, like, where do you stand on Chalobah right now, Kai? Like, I think
he was shaky today. I think he was shaky today as well, man.
Today maybe, but overall, like, do you think he should be starting all these games? Like, do you think he deserved to be starting all these games? Because personally, like, he's playing over Aspie,
to be honest. But Christensen, I don't know what's wrong with Christensen. Why has he haven't been playing lately?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Christensen hasn't been playing.
Is he injured? What is wrong with him now?
No, he's there. He's just, I guess Thiago Silva's just been so good in the middle that he hasn't, he hasn't gotten a start.
Silva or him. It should be Chalobah or him, man. Or Rudiger or him.
The thing is too, like, Chalobah, that's what I want to ask you though. I think Chalobah's been playing so well in that position that, when was the last time you saw Aspie play, bro? When was the last time you saw Aspie play?
Come on, Aspie's a right back, man. There's no way he's gonna play every.
But that's what I mean. Aspie at right center back though, like, he was good there he won us the Champions League last season that way,
Yeah,
he doesn't have the legs, but that's a good position for him.
But again, Marshall, going into hindsight, because Chalobah has been good. So how is he supposed to know that he's gonna be shaky today? I can't blame the defense. I can't blame the defense today because the mistake happened from a set piece, and we could have been like in hindsight, it could be like, okay, Rudiger should have, like, one center back should have been behind, and kind of, stayed and tried to clear it. But at the same time, it's come on, it's a set piece, and I don't know. I can't find an excuse here, man. I just should have been finishing better. I think the subs came too late, and I think the substitutes, I would arguably to put someone else other than, because the two players he brought in, like, only Pulisic for me is a goal scorer, like, that can actually go and it's just another, like, they were playing with low blocks, so I don't know. For me, I thought like somebody who can go in between the line, like a Havertz or someone else would be better than.
I feel he brought in Mount just for energy, which it makes sense. Like, if you are going to bring in Mount, I think around the 60-minute mark is always a good idea. He needs to find his form. I don't know if it was the Euros that fucked him up or whatever, but he needs to find his form. He needs to find that finishing touch. It doesn't have to be every time. It doesn't have to be like a Ziyech kind of fucking finishing touch or like a Callum dangerous cross, but just do it more consistently. I don't care if you miss once out of like every 3 times, but the other 2 times that you have the ball, it should be a good through ball. It should be a good shot on target. Yep. Like, it just hasn't been there. It hasn't been there. You do everything else right. You do the marking. You run with the ball well. The dribbling is okay. You need to put that final touch. That final product is just not there. Oh, excuse me. For everyone in chat, whoever wants to talk about Timo and whatever, the link is down in the chat. You can go ahead and join us. We're probably going to be going for a few more minutes, but we want to hear what you guys have to say about this game. Annoying, frustrating. We should have won. It's of all the times to have drawn to Man United, today was not the day. They were down on one leg with fucking Carrick and Fletcher at the wheel, which isn't any different than when Ali was at the wheel. Even Ronaldo didn't start. We had no excuses to not win that game, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Jorginho made that error, which I can't believe it happened. Like, I just hope Jorginho doesn't get slated for it. We get it. He will, but like it's United and West Brom. For some reason, these teams we cannot fucking beat for some reason. It's ridiculous, bro. But, I just don't want to hear the Jorginho slander, man, because outside of that error, he was easily one of the best players in that match. But what are you saying, Brazzy? Is this Brazzy? Brazy. What's going on, Brazzy? What are you saying, bro? Mic's not working, Brazy. Brazzers.
Hello?
What's going on, bro? Yeah, we can hear you.
It's bad.
I can hear myself, though.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Obviously they're going to be going for the players they don't like after this game. As if we've been playing bad all season. As if we didn't just beat Juve 4-0.
Yeah.
I don't know what's wrong with us. We never score enough tap-ins. Have you seen that? We never, compared to Man City and Liverpool, we just never score enough tap-ins. Jota scored 2. Gudoga scored 1. They scored 2 against PSG. And we're terrible in counter-attacks. Like, when was the last time we scored a counter-attack goal?
I just don't think it's how we play. I
guess maybe it's I don't understand what the problem is, because we seem to control games really well. We are creating somewhat enough chances, but we just, there are games like I just knew Man United the way you can tell they were shaky, the players. The type of loose passes and ball losses, like Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Like there's 2 6s, but the other one is really an 8. They're supposed to influence the game going forward. It did nothing today. Alonso, just play Saul left wing back. I know he doesn't want to play there. Just play Saul left wing back, please, because it slows the game down. He always loses the ball in some weird position.
Do you think this is the game to really try that? Man United?
It's Man United. They're terrible, man. It had to be us. They had to drop Ronaldo against us. They played him against Man City. They played him against Liverpool, but against Chelsea, they're gonna play their best counter-attack team, because this is the same system they beat City with 2 seasons ago. I I saw, I think he's the Euro expert. I was talking about how this is a FIFA formation. I'm like, 2 seasons ago, Man United beat Man City with the same formation at the Etihad with fans. So I knew when they dropped Ronaldo, it's gonna be easy for them to close us down every time we're trying to move the ball from player from the back. So that was always gonna cause us problems. Because this is not a bad team. People always Man United are like us. Maybe their squad is a bit unbalanced, but they're not. They have good players in their team. They have good players in their team. So when people underestimate them, we're gonna beat them 5-0, 4-0. You know, it's always gonna happen against Man United. Even Tuchel's record against Man United is actually terrible. 2 draws, 2 losses, and 2 wins. Even with PSG, he always loses at home to Man United. At the Parc des Princes, he lost 2 games against Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It's not even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He lost 2 games. So I don't know what Man United. Just a bad game. I think the only problem now is that we've lost all that. Was it 5-point advantage?
Yeah,
we had.
So
now we can't lose a single game until we play Liverpool on the 2nd of January.
Yeah, but I think they might struggle against them.
I don't know. I don't buy this stuff of when our players are not good enough or our attackers are not good. If you don't win the Champions League, if your team is good enough, especially the way we deservedly won that Champions League, it is impossible. We had Eden Hazard in the team. We did nothing in it.
I think we changed our tactics too much.
Maybe we did. I think maybe he played Ziyech to central, but then he didn't want to get overloaded in midfield. I understood because they played a false 9. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with Chelsea. We'll see as time goes on, but I'm confused now. I don't know what's wrong with us.
Yeah,
because there are these teams you can tell.
But with Watford, it's going to be a nice experiment to see what's going to happen. Joe, this echo is killing me. With Watford, we're going to get to experiment a little bit, see what's going to happen. Wait, can you mute yourself for a minute, Brazzy?
Yeah, I did it for.
Okay, cool. Yeah, like I was trying to say, I'm sorry. Watford, it's going to be an interesting game. We're going to see what Tuchel's going to be experimenting with. Hopefully Kova comes back soon because, I'm not trying to say Ruben isn't the guy, but this game, Ruben was not. No, it wasn't doing it for me. But guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up now. Make sure you smash the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button so you guys don't miss out any of our future streams. We stream once a week on the weekends. Wrap up the game week for Chelsea and all that shit. Check out the links in the description to join our Discord. Join what else can you join? The Twitter. Kai's managing the Twitter. You can see my channel on there as well. I don't know what else we have in the description. There's a whole cool plethora of things there. So check out the description. And leave a comment if you're watching this in the future. Let us know what you thought about the game. Let us know what you thought about the Juve game. Is Reece the best player in Chelsea? Let us know in the comments down below. But Kai, go ahead and finish this up for us, bro.
Hey man, we're gonna leave it sweet and short. Take care of yourself, take your vitamins, and don't get pregnant. See you guys later.